Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary pals of all ages, welcome to LunarCon! Hope you're ready today as we get ready with Kronk Karigani. Kronk Karigani, the person who's hosting a panel tomorrow with Pharaoh, Maljan, and Lemotad. Hope you'll come by as we take you through Legacy mid-high level raids. But that's not all. We're going to have all kinds of events, which I hope you will come to. Yeah, that's right. You, and you. All of you. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. What do you say we take a look at our events and go through what we're doing? In just 44 minutes from the time of this recording, we'll be starting our events.
And if you take a look, there'll be all kinds of things like featured events, a schedule, and even special guests. Here you'll see that we have Mr. Happy, we have Crystal Azure, MTQ Capture, and Whoops as well.
And then there's the ever so famous Drac, Rook, Sean Fox, and Momo. Ah, I know that guy. We know all those people. There's also going to be live performances by Technical Steps, Stelatio Virtual Theater, and Moogle Troop. Isn't that wonderful? I think that's wonderful. Let's go ahead and take a look at our schedule. If you take a look over here, you click on, you'll notice there's a main events tab as well as an all events tab. If you're wondering what's happening each day, there'll be a day 1, 2, and 3 slot over here where you can find whatever you need to see. The main events are going to be streamed on Shenpai's channel. I'm just hearing this right now. Well, it appears that the other events will be streamed on the channels appropriate to the panelists that are running their events. Great! That sounds wonderful. So, with the event starting in just 44 minutes, it looks like we're going to have opening ceremonies at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., I believe in PM PST. If you're looking to find out the workers' performance by the Stelatio Virtual Theater, you can find them. The show starts at 3, 4, and 5. The show times are approximate and subject to delay. More performance times may be added each night to accommodate as many guests as possible. You'll also notice that if you arrive early, you will ensure yourself a seat at the showing of choice, especially if you're attending with a group to avoid being split or moved to a later performance. In addition to that, you can find out their link over there at the Stelatio Virtual Theater at twitch.tv. If you're wondering for another main event, you're going to find Technical Steps Performance. Right, it's the Technical Step Performance, the performance by Technical Step, the performance especially designed by Technical Step to be performed at LunarCon. That performance? Got it right here. From 5 to 6 p.m. you'll be able to check a special choreographed event only for LunarCon. Hope you'll come by, it's going to be fantastic. If that's not all, you may be wondering what Belsar's Brunch is all about. It is a Sorrow of Wurlit panel. The panelier presenters are going to be Allie and the Belsar Bunch. We hope you'll enjoy. It kind of sounds like the Brady Bunch. I think that's the point. From 6 to 8, you're going to be checking out a Moogle Troop performance. I hope you'll be there because it's not one you're going to want to miss. After that, maybe you're looking for the nightlife. NoCon would be complete with their own dance floor. And here we have the City Pop Dance Night hosted by V, aka Greyfox. Now, he used to be the host of the Velvet Room, but for tonight he's going to be the host of LunarCon's dance floor. Will you be there to dance out with some rockin' musics? I heard he's going to have some old Japanese beats from the 70s and 80s, and maybe even other eras, too. Come on by to Malboro, go to Lavender Beds, Ward 6, turn right at plot 35 to get over to 36. You can't miss it, and if you do, well, what can I say? You'll hear the beats coming from a mile away. The Brantic Voyages, which are going to be a panel presented by Tia. Sorry, I wasn't versed in all the Eorzean languages, but I am versed in the woodland creatures, so let's try that again. The panel presenters are going to be Squeak Squeakity Squeak Squeakle. And the panel will be Squeak Squeaker Squeak 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 from 8 to 9:30. There's also going to be a Rating 101, How to Maintain Your Sanity by Remy Highwind. There's going to be a few rating panels throughout the evening, so I hope you'll enjoy them across the weekend. This one is going to be from 9:30 to 10:15, a 45-minute panel teaching you what you need to know at the Aqua Sorceress. From 10:15 to 11 p.m. Have you ever wondered how to get into roleplay? I know I have, as I'm only able to really do this one character, but I can do it pretty well. After all, me and Maselk are going to take down the Warrior's New Groove, or whatever it is they say. It's going to be a beginner's guide to roleplaying from 10:15 to 11 p.m. in Brynhildr, Goblet, Ward 3, Plot 21. Hope you'll come by as Joyful Song does the presentation at Extremely Casual on twitch.tv. Then you're going to want to take a break and open up for day 2. Day 2, you're going to find out and not be bad at crafting. For those of you who are bad at crafting, like me, where you're taking a little bit of an opportunity to try to do what you're trying to do and you're going to fail at it. If it's not 100%, it's 0%. That's what I always say. But it turns out there's going to be Tande and Felix who are able to go over to Elysium Tan and teach you what you need to know to get your crafts completed. I presume they'll make a lot of gil along the way, and they're going to teach you how to do the same. This is on the 31st of July from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's going to kick off our panels. So you want to be a Final Fantasy XIV podcaster? Well, say no more. From 11 a.m. to 11:45 a.m., you'll be able to hang out with the Moogle Go Round and Maelstrom Radio as Susan Sprinkle, Gladys, and Chili. That word's really hard. And Chili teach you what it means to be a podcaster. That is going to wrap up into our main event, the housing auction. Now you may wonder what LunarCon's very own housing item auction will be, hosted by Lerny. Well, let's say no more. From 12 to 1, we'll be hosting an auction panel. We're going to go and learn more right now. Just kidding. We'll go through the rest of the events, then we'll come back to the housing auction in just a few minutes and tell you what items may be in store. So if you're looking for that, we'll look forward to it. The housing auction. It looks like we're cutting to the chase now. We'll go back to the events later. Welcome to LunarCon's auction by Lerny. You can go over to Brynhildr Goblet Ward 3 Housing 21 to find your way to the housing items. There are a few rules to keep in mind. The event is free for everybody. That means you can show up. Food and drink provided. There's no pre-registration or fee required to join the auction, but turns out you do need to bring your own food and drink, and they're actually not allowed on the floor, so let's just be safe. Let's just be safe. Please make sure to queue up in the front yard of the event location in a manageable line. A member of the staff will grant you entry into the location one by one until a maximum number of people is reached. Now keep in mind there is a fire marshal who's going to be on site, so if we break the rules, we may not be invited next time. Do you want this auction to go over well? I want this auction to go over well, so make sure you're not sneaking in your friends through the back door. So they come in through the front. On the main floor, there's going to be a bunch of auction items showcased for you to get an up-close look. You can walk right up and be like, oh, that's a guitar, I like it. I'm going to string a couple of the things, and you break the strings and you got to pay for it. It's not going to work out really well. I speak from experience. The order of the items during the auction will be the same as the order in the catalog of this document. You can use the Say Chat as much as you like, because the Yell and Shout Chat will be used to bid and auction. Only bids said via Yell or Shout Chat will be registered as a valid bid. Now there is a set increment for bids, and they're at 1,000 gil. That means I'm sorry you won't be able to just increase it by 69 nor 420 or any other funny numbers. However, you could probably get a 69,000 bid. That would be acceptable. That'd be fine. Meaning only bids that beat the current leader by a multiple of 1,000, like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 1,000,000, 2,000. Whoa, that's a jump. That's a jump. Will be accepted. If you do win an item, a member of staff will approach you and initiate a trade to finalize your winning bid. The auction of the next item will happen while you're doing this, so please be careful and take note in case you're looking for items back to back. Should the winning bidder not be able to finish the trade for any reason, the winning bid will go to the next highest bidder. Keep in mind that disruptive and toxic behavior, as well as insults towards the staff and other bidders, will not be tolerated. Please, just don't be a butthead, okay? There was a TV show for that like many years ago. Just don't be that guy. We want to have a nice time, so show up and be a nice person. Bring your gil, because we're going to spend a whole lot. All bidded gil is contributed towards LunarCon prize pools for the contests. So if you bid a lot, you're going to be sure that you're going to see the contestants win a great grand prize. In catalog, as we go through, you can have a telescope. Have you wanted to gaze upon the stars and have a sneak peek at what's going on the moon for Endwalker? Well, you can here. You might not actually see what's happening in Endwalker. Disclaimer, provided now. Starting at 2,000 gil.
Next up at 4,000 gil, we're going to have a fake wall. So if you're looking, even a fool would think that this would make a great decoration. Starting at only 4,000 gil, maybe it'll go up to 100,000. Who knows?
And then we have this kind of chair. It's kind of cute. It starts at 3k gil. It's no time to retire yet, but if you have to, you're going to want to do it in style.
You could bring a little more green and spike into your home for just 3,000 gil with this tree. It's going to be fantastic. And then we can move along. Maybe it's sleepy time. Maybe you want to go to bed. Well, this bed's it's the purpose is to conquer the clouds with it. But for me, I just want to take a nap. So for 75,000 gil, you can rest your Thievius energies and come back prepared.
And then for just 1,000 gil, you can get this eel for your latest art project. I don't know why you'd want an eel, but apparently they're selling one. Oh.
Oh, that's because it's Isle.
I don't think it's Isle either. It's eel or Isle or whatever they call it. They should just call it an easel. That would make a lot of sense. Anyways, for just 10,000 gil, you can show off your ability to have taken down the Warrior of Light, or somebody else's. Maybe you're showing off for a friend. Well, for just 10,000 starting gil, you have an opportunity to claim this prize. If you ever want to take a shower with no soap or water included, although the particle effects will exist, you can try off to wash off the smell of the wild with this for just 4,000 gil, which will be comboed with the very lovely items shown in just a few items. Impressive! Does this chair have abs, or a face, maybe fur? Is it time to play games, or will there be no more games? Well, if there are, you can do it in style with this 6-pack that has an 8-pack. Sit down in your Byakko chair for just 10,000 gil at a starting bid. If you win it, you'll be sitting like a king.
And I say, for 12,000 gil, you'll be able to get this, not one, not two, not a red, not a blue, but both, in a music box. Auctioned off for just 12,000 gil, I suspect this item will go for a riveting high price, which will make many, many a bidders have to loosen their curse.
You mean to say purse?
Yes, that too. Anyways, go on to the next item. I didn't speak improperly, you spoke improperly.
For 5,000 gil, you can have yourself a picnic or a lunch, maybe a dinner or a breakfast. Sit down with your friends in this beautiful chair. It's baked with a wonderful plaid tablecloth, and would you look at that wood? It's 100% pure mahogany. I wouldn't want to break it myself. But if you do, that's fine. Maybe you're looking to put a Tyrannosaurus Rex's head on your wall, or somebody as old as I am. For just 12,000 gil, you can start this bid to set a Jurassic feel to your home. Or was that a park? Huh. Yeah, well, you know what? Winding around we go. For 5,000 gil, you can get a nice dizzy way all the way up for 5,000 gil. Now do I hear 2,000 gil, 2,000 gil, 3,000 gil, 5,000 gil, 15,000 gil, 700,000 gil. We're going for this lamp right here. Astounding what you can do with some stuff fished up in the water. For only 630,000 gil, you might win this lamp. I don't actually think it'll go for that much, but take it away. Right? For 90,000 gil, you can get this Matanga. This Matanga that goes really well with that fountain that we showed up top. You want to get that? You can put it in its nose, and you can make it look like it's spouting water. For only 90,000 gil, 150,000 gil, 155,000 gil, go to the guy in the front, go to the guy in the front, once, twice, 730,000 gil. Oh my god, what a jump, what a jump, what a jump. Going to this person in the back, person in the back. Sold! We'll see if that prediction's correct.
For just 6,000 gil, if you're feeling a little sheepish, or maybe you're feeling a little bad, you can get your bid on this item. Who knows what it'll go for? You'll have to show up and find out. It could be the perfect decoration for you. That's all I'm saying. And for 7,000 gil, we're going to be going for the book. We're back in time. We don't have a lot of time. We're going to keep going. We only have an hour. Keep the show running. 7,000 gil, 15,000 gil, 17,000 gil. Going to the summer in the front for 25,000 gil, 28,000 gil, scholar over the back. 630,000, the warrior wants to destroy it because he doesn't understand how to read. 730,000 gil, 800,000 gil, 2 million gil to the summoner scholar duo who just teamed up to prevent the warrior from breaking their item. Going once, going twice. You'll have to wait and find out to see what wins. And for only 3,000 gil, your guests will never find out if there's an imitation window, or will they? With proper inspection, they'll be able to check out if this cathedralic item will be yours. Maybe you want to get changed. Maybe you want to project a movie. Who knows what's behind the curtain? Maybe it's a little man in green. Pay no attention to the guy behind the eggy. 4,000 gil starting. We'll see what it ends at. And maybe your little lady wants to spend time in the chair that's not for otters. It's not for gnoblins. It's not for gnolls. It's for you and your gnome!
We'll see what the ending price is.
And for 2,000 gil, you can get this librarian's bookshelf, and make sure you keep quiet while you're reading. You don't want to interrupt any of the readers. You could do a whole ton of reading starting for just 2,000 gil. Head over for 15,000 gil. You can craft your own potions or become a master potion seller. We'll see what happens. You can even use this furnace, I heard, to cook your bread. Moving on, we have 12,000 gil for this. Squeak, squeakity, squeak, squeakum, squeaker. Squeak, squeak, squeaker, 12,000 squeaks for squeak, squeakity, squeak, squeakum. And for just 10,000 gil, you can get this Shinryu wing, which you can put on your mount, on your wall, or craft an axe. Who knows? Not me. You'll have to find out. And finally, our last item. 150,000 gil comes in for all of these weapons. Look at them. They're beautiful. They're red. They're green. They're a color that's neither of those two. And you can get all of them for a low, low price of 150k, or we'll see what it goes up to. Something tells me we're going to see this at a high, high price of about 5 million gil, but we'll have to find out later. Going back over to the schedule, we're going to have to see what our events left off. Headed back over to day 2, all events. Our housing auction ends at 1 p.m. However, if the housing auction is not your style, there will be another panel called Let's Raid! That's right, the panel presenters are Pharaoh Maljan, Lama Todd, and me! Hey, look at that, it's our panel. If you wanted to go for the housing auction, you are more than welcome to do so, but if you ever wanted to tackle a
minimum item level legacy raid, something that came out before this tier, come on by. We'll be happy to take you through. We are going to pick the fight depending on the proficiency and number of players who are new to raids when we get the party going. Maybe you wanted to tackle X-Stats. Maybe Kefka's your style. Maybe you even wanted to fight Bahamut. Well, who knows? You'll have to come by tomorrow to find out. We're going to be doing that panel for 90 minutes. And who knows? If we don't have enough people to fill the slots that want to get into their time slots, like maybe we have 30 people, maybe we have 100, maybe we have 5. Who knows? But if you wanted the opportunity to do a Legacy Raid, show up tomorrow, and if you can't get your spot in, there'll be other opportunities outside of the LunarCon panel. It's going to be fantastic. That's going to be tomorrow at 12 p.m. PST until 1:30 p.m. PST, till 3 p.m. EST. Or basically, 23 and a half hours, 27 and a half hours, 26 and a half. I can't do time. Just show up tomorrow at 12 p.m. PST. Then we have our cosplay contest, art contest, and screenshot contest. Winners will be announced from 1:30 to 3 p.m. We had a lot of good entries. And we're going to have a couple of good judges dictating who wins, who loses, and who gets to cry themselves to sleep tonight. I'm just kidding, that's tomorrow. The Worker will be performed by the Stellazio Virtual Theater Day 2 from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Starting at 2, 3, and 4. I'm being told right here in my ear that it appears that there are showtimes that are approximate and subject to delay. You can go to the Stellazio Virtual Theater to find out more. Oh yeah, and it looks like there'll be more performance ads that are going to have times added each night to accommodate guests. If you don't get into the first one, you don't show up early for your seat. You're going to want to show up later so you can get your seat after. If you're attending with a group, you're going to want to make sure you show up together, or you might be moved to a later performance. Maybe you're wondering about Mog Talk. Well, Frosty Mogborn will be there with Mog Talk video making with Joe Cat and Denmo. That's right, if you ever wondered about a crap guide to anything, or maybe Denmo's face, this is where you want to be. Plus, it's just a great opportunity to hang out with Frosty. The guy, Mr. Mog Talk. Come on, he's fantastic. If there's an event that you have to see this weekend, it has to be the one with your favorite content creator. I ain't shilling out anyone in particular. This is an amazing cast with so many fantastic people. Now, maybe you want to tell your story. You can use the rules of improv to improv your roleplay. Did you know? This is a fact, by the way. This is a fact. 10 out of 600 people will agree that using improv improves improvisations. It's a dancer ability. I didn't level dancer. How do I know anything about this? Oh, wait. They meant the other. This panel makes a lot more sense now. Sorry, I thought this was all about dancers. So the ability to make stories out of other things you say. Maybe you make a blunder and you say something else and you spin it, or maybe you're given a topic and you should show up from 3:30 to 4:15 p.m. tomorrow. Use the rules of improv to improve your RP. Not only that, we're going to have another worker performance from 4 to 5 by the Stellazio Virtual Performance. We already knew about this a little bit, so you're going to check. Written in 2007, The Worker by Walter Wykes is a dark, surrealist one-act play that explores the life of a young woman who fashions a fake child to help her cope with the loneliness she endures each day while her husband's away at work. That sounds awfully sad. Oh. Show up and watch it, will you? Now, what about Nama's Children? Which Zayla tribe is for you? Maybe you want to enter the Bardham's Metal, maybe you don't. Well, if you show up with Zaya Dalamik, you're going to be able to go over to Gale Roar and check that out. Goblet, Ward 3, Plot 21 from 5 to 6 p.m. Then there's a skit contest. Skits are always amazing. You've never wanted to enter one? I have. Let me tell you. It's such a great time. You can go by yourself or with a group of people and tell a story through in-game emotes, glamour, gear changes, or anything. It could be comedy, it could be serious, or any genre you like, but no more than 2 minutes. And it's going to be a 3-hour contest, just like a real... Let me tell you, this feels like a real convention because it is. It might be virtual, but who cares? It's amazing. It's fantastic. I hope you'll be there. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be such a good time. Meanwhile, Nova rocking it in the back. Now, if that wasn't all, the Shadowbringers medley performance by a Graha Collective is going to be showing up from 7 to 8 p.m. at Ravy Nevermore. That's going to be 7 to 8 p.m. Brynhildr Lavender Beds, Ward 1, the main division at the Yino Par. Maybe that's not your style. Maybe you wanted something else. Maybe you wanted a dance hosted by Shion Fox and a costume party. Come on and join in on a live dance hosted by Shion Fox and bring your best primal themed glamour. Titania, Bahamut, Ifrit, Ravana, or maybe even Kronk, the strongest primal of them all. It's going to be hosted by your hostess, Alley Cat. Over at I Am Razwire's, Razorwired I Am. It's going to be at EM. It's going to be Squeak Squeaker, Squeak Squeak. Then there's going to be Score Chores, Identifying Lore Within Music by Dr. Pingu from 8 to 8:30 p.m. This will be a side panel run alongside the dance hosted by Shion Fox, and we're also going to be having I Am a Raid Leader. Maybe you want to take a break off the dance floor and step by to check out Ariza Mercury with a couple of other friends as they teach you practical tips to guide your group to success. It's going to be a fantastic panel. You're going to be able to learn a lot. I hope you'll be there. I know I will. 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. EST. Then we move on to day 3, Sunday, the 1st of August, the Lore Lines Final Fantasy XIV Lore Drive. It appears I'm being told in my ear right now the panel presenters will be Comarin and Pylia Ashwood. It'll be streamed live from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now let's quickly just take one quick look back over to our in-game style where we have a lot of people hanging out. We have Crystal's Champion. Give them a quick hug. We're going to check out all these wonderful contestants. Look at all these beautiful people sitting here waiting for the event to start to hang out. There's so many players the names aren't even generating. Look at all these amazing, amazing staffers who are here to help and ensure that you have a wonderful time. Your experience is important to everybody. Maybe you want to sit with 5 people in one chair. Maybe you want to hang out by yourself like Futaba. What a good glamour. What a great glamour. Reverend sitting over here with a lot of other people are just hanging out, chilling, and jamming to the beats. Jamming to the beats. Everybody is showing up. And we have our very own Sailor Moon cosplay. This is great. This is fantastic. This is what it's all about. People showing up with their love. Their love. Philippe, hello. Welcome. Everybody's showing up in the best of suits, the best of attires. Excited. We have a lot of people hanging out in the outside con area, right? They're just jamming. We got some Lala Jam cosplays going on over there. This is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. But we are not done. We are not done with the schedule because we still have day 3 to go through, and we're going to be doing that in just a moment. But first, we need to jam out to this beat. Jam out to this beat. But for day 3, this music's still pretty badass, but we better rock it out with one of the better musics to feature. The better musics to feature. That's right, we're going to Papaya. And I hope you'll enjoy it. Now let us continue. Okay, let us continue with our explanation. Okay? So day 3. Day 3 we have a riveting reveal. So, back to the display. Day 3 is going to feature many great events. We've already covered the lore lines, and up next there is going to be a pop quiz at... There we go. Sorry, every once in a while this TV is getting pretty old, you see, so I have to go ahead and fix it. And sometimes we're not even able to get the sound going without a little bit of coffee, which we like to do a body good. We're just happy that right now is not one of those times. So the pop quiz at LunarCon. How well do you know the lore of Final Fantasy XIV? Well, you should come test your knowledge from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. PST. Hello and welcome, Susan Sprinkles! I'm glad you're here. Let me tell you why I'm glad you're here, because I am super excited to meet new friends, especially at LunarCon, but also anywhere. Speaking of anywhere, is it wrong to pick up crafting in Eorzea? You may have heard of this reference from another anime or manga or maybe even anything else, and it's okay because... Sorry, it was like some old television came over me. I mean, whatever. We're still fine. We're not fine. Hello? Well, it doesn't seem to be a sound problem this time with the television. That's okay. We'll just have some more coffee. I'm sure it's just the energy from being so excited about this event. So excited about this event. That's much better. So, is it wrong to pick up crafting in Eorzea? Well, you'll have to find out from 11:30 to 12 p.m. PST over at Brynhildr in the Goblet Ward 3 Plot 21. Lermy Pat's going to be presenting this panel. You'll want to be there if you want to do crafting. I know I will. Maybe you want the costume contest from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. PST. Come join us in LunarCon's costume contest to show off your unique glamours. I happen to have a pretty unique glamour myself, which you can see right here. You'll notice it's pretty beautiful. It's astonishing, really. I'm not sure if it'll be beat, but we'll have to wait and find out. They want to highlight just how creative you can be with less used armor and glamour pieces in the game. Maybe you have something unique. Maybe you have one that people don't particularly use very often. Well, you can be judged by Kyoko, Jebi, Koga, and Elam. Hope you'll be there. Then there's an AMV contest and skit video contest winners announced from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. PST. Your hard work is going to pay off as you find out if you won, lost, or landed somewhere in the middle. But let me tell you, if you entered the contest and your stuff gets shown off, it's a win anyways. It's a win anyways. Right? Speaking of which, are you smarter than a Charlene? Because I sure am not. It's going to be hosted by Richu, who, if you didn't know that, that's Paupu Komi. It's our lovely friend Komi, another one of the drifters. You can find out over at 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. PST over on her channel, Paupu Komi. That's Twitch.tv. I hope you'll be there because it's going to be great. Maybe you want the LunarCon Peace Tournament, the moment we've all been waiting for to tear each other to shreds. Rip each other to pieces. We're going to be super excited to announce the LunarCon Feast Tournament with Brian Ricardo, the panel presenters Shenbai, Brian, and Koga from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. PST. Day 3, that's Sunday. Are you going to be there? I know I will. I'll be watching the heck out of it. You'll be able to see a lot of PvP skills on stage, and they'll be competing for victory and a grand prize. I heard there might even be a Mog Station item, or maybe Gil, or maybe just a trophy, or maybe just the blood of the innocent. We'll find out. We'll find out. There's also a Symphony Reborn, Final Fantasy XIV's music, and how it made them a musician by Calico from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. PST. Shen, we're doing extremely well. Right now we're going over the rest of our events house. Hope you're doing well. And there is Komi's panel with Leo. I hope you'll be there. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And of course, Susan, of course, you're helping with the So You Want to Be a Podcaster event Saturday morning. Friends, if you have any questions, you can ask them right here. However, all good things must come to an end. But let me tell you, I'm not feeling too happy about the ending of LunarCon. Don't get post-con depression because there'll always be more opportunities to hang out in Eorzea. If you want to attend the closing ceremonies, if you feel like you have the heart for it, from 7:30 p.m. PST, you too can lahi on the main event. Things can't last forever, can they? But that's alright, because LunarCon is just the beginning of many, many more events in the future. When people come together, and they show their love, they too can show their appreciation for our good friends, our guests. Now, you may not know this, but we have a number of good guests. There is one named, where is it? There is one named Mama. So if you may have heard of FFXIV Mama. They do all kinds of raiding etiquette things. They do speed runs. They do events. They're badass, and Mama is a really, really good healer. They're learning melee. I think they're learning melee. But they're pretty good. So Mama, you got to check them out. They're fantastic. Maybe you've heard of Whoops. Whoops is fantastic. And there's also Suda with probably the best uploaded picture on here, right? There's me! But I'll be there on Kronk Karigani. That's right, you're going to be able to check out Kronk Karigani over there. Kronk Karigani, I can't even get my own name right. We'll be hanging out all weekend. Maybe you want Sly, aka Grey Fox of the Velvet Room, or Kyoko Star, the fashionista expert. Maybe Ginger Prime, Bryn Zalazar, there's Mama, Meow Meowington, Denmo Mix Strong Huge. You may have seen Mr. Face or you may have seen him just here. Hope you'll come by and say hello. There's also Lamatod, Delaney Orgles themselves, except they'll actually be on Lamatod. So you'll be looking for a male character for that character. Komi, by the way, it's not her birthday, or Stalls either, so be careful. There's also Brian Ricardo, the man, the myth, the legend, the feast, the prince of PvP. Come by and check them out as we check out Larry Zor. He's done super serious videos that are never satirical or comedic at all. Wait, that's not true. Ah, right, so you want to check his stuff out? I'm sure you already know who he is. Maybe Rook, maybe the Bird of Chess themselves, the Bun Bun, the beautiful Volk's last name. This guy too, there is this gentleman, it's M. Crappy. 1227. They call him 1227 because the first 1226 died in the Great Happy War. In 1.0, there was a calamity, a meteor crash. There's only one survivor. It was this guy. So we put up with him because he's actually pretty badass, and you got to check him out. He does a lot of good guides. He does all kinds of states of the realm, and he's awesome. He's awesome. And we all know his name's not pronounced Hrappy. We know the P's are silenced. You got to check out Mr. Prey 1227. And if you didn't know M2Q Captor, she is the queen of puns. If you're looking for punny references in your videos, then you're going to want to go on by as she captures your hearts. Saucy Noodle, the meme guy. Checking out with the bun with the great clipped sunglasses through the hair style. We love them very much. Anonymous. You may have seen Anonymous. You may have wondered now, so you want to be a... No, wait, that's not it. Are you smarter than... No, that's not it. Gillionaire. Wait. Anonymous is fantastic. We love them very much. There's also Koga. You may have seen videos on YouTube. You may have seen videos on Twitch. You may have seen them having hot takes that people aren't quite sure of. Now, if you're wondering, Koga has a thirst for all things thirsty. They're drinking water all the time. That's what I mean. I wouldn't mean anything else. What are you talking about? Really, though, Koga, you can slide into my DMs anytime. There's also Gerald Hart, the man, the myth, the legend, the tanking king over on Elemental. He's also in other places. Jermald will be here on Crystal. He's the beast of Dark Knights. Gerald's come a long way. He's continuing to grow, and he's going to help you in your journey. And then there's this guy.
Fibromyalgia of all kinds of data centers.
He likes to take people through minimum level content. And he's also a badass raider in and of itself. If you're looking for an exceptional person who knows their stuff, Arrow's the one for you. Look at that smile. It's so cute. I love it. I love it. And if you're wondering, Stahl, the Crystal Azure, who's going to have a short stream, by the way, the Lalafell VTuber, Stahl is a beautiful person. And no, this is not an endorsed advertisement. Stahl is a fantastic person who... They really enjoy a certain type of beverage, but I'm not really sure which one it is. But you gotta check out Stahl sometime because they're really cool and they enjoy when people drink beverages that replenish them. Water good. Ariza is a fantastic person over here. You're gonna want to check out this guest because they're gonna be having their raid panel, and let me tell you, Ariza knows their stuff. As a raid leader, as a world racer, and a predominant person who thinks analytically and makes sure they know what they're going to say before they say it, their takes are always worth their salt. Drac, it's that guy, that person who comes from the place that birds create their creatures. That's right, the nest person themselves, Drac. Firestone will be there. And last but not least, we're going to have Razorwire, Shion Fox, the DJ, the person who's rocking the beats, and Turtle Smithy. Turtle Smithy, he, him, Melindakin, Melinda Chan, X Shadow, she, her, they, Melinda Shannon, Gail Turris. Going to be there as well. What a great cast list and event list. I'll be spending my weekend at LunarCon. Will you?